Day 3 of a regional grid-down event. The highway on-ramp 2 miles from your house looks like a parking lot, except nobody's coming back for these cars. Fuel ran out. Engines overheated. People abandoned them and left on foot. There are 200 vehicles sitting there. A former Army Ranger, 2 combat deployments, 75th Ranger Regiment, walked that stretch in 45 minutes and came back with over $300 worth of survival supplies. He didn't break anything. He didn't steal anything. In a declared emergency, abandoned vehicles on public roadways are legally accessible for salvage after a defined abandonment period. He knew exactly what to look for. Most civilians walked right past every single item he took. The most valuable item, it's not the gas, not the battery, not the tires. Item number 4 takes less than 90 seconds to remove with one tool, worth between $40 and $80 at any auto parts store. Already assembled in every vehicle on that highway. The one Cole grabs first, before anything else, before he even looks at the gas tank, costs nothing to take, weighs almost nothing, and in a 72-hour grid-down scenario is worth more than any piece of gear in his bug-out bag. 7 items. 1 abandoned car. More capability than most preppers have in their entire kit. This video is not about looting. In a declared regional emergency, the legal framework around abandoned property changes. This is about understanding what resources exist in your environment. What a ranger sees when he walks past a row of abandoned vehicles is completely different from what a civilian sees. The civilian sees broken cars. The ranger sees a supply depot. Tactical is a personality. Resourceful is a skill. Cole spent 8 years with the 75th Ranger Regiment and now teaches vehicle survival and urban resource assessment in rural Georgia. Item 7 is the one most people think of first. Items 5 through 1 are the ones most people never think of at all. Let's go. Item 7, fuel. Siphoned gasoline or diesel. The obvious one, with a non-obvious problem. Most people go for it first. Cole says they usually do it wrong. Modern vehicles have anti-siphon valves in the fuel neck. Without the right bypass technique and a clear tube to check fuel quality, you risk degraded gasoline that damages your generator. Cole said, know what good fuel looks like before you siphon. Fresh gasoline is clear to pale yellow. Cloudy or dark fuel has degraded. Carry the right tools. Do it right or don't do it. Item 6, rubber floor mats. $20 to $40 value. Free. Already in the vehicle. Cole called this one of the 3 most undervalued resources in any abandoned car. Use 1, ground insulation. In cold weather, the ground pulls body heat faster than cold air. A rubber mat under a sleeping bag is the difference between sleeping cold and sleeping warm. Use 2, traction recovery. A rubber mat placed under a drive wheel on ice, mud, or loose gravel provides enough grip for most passenger vehicles to self-recover from a moderate bog. Use 3, rain cover for shelter. A large mat propped at an angle creates water deflection. Use 4, signal panel. A brightly colored mat laid flat is visible from aircraft. Item 5, jumper cables. $25 to $45 value. Cole's estimate. Approximately 60% of passenger vehicles on American roads have a set in the trunk. When the car is abandoned, they stay. A set of jumper cables in a grid-down environment is not just a vehicle rescue tool. It's a power transfer cable. A charged battery, even partially, can be used to jump another vehicle or power 12V devices. Cole said, the trunk is where people put things they think they might need someday. In a crisis, someday is today. I always check the trunk first. Cables. First aid kit. Emergency kit contents. Item 4, the car battery. $40 to $80 value. A fully charged Group 24 or 35 battery holds between 40 and 70 amp hours. That's enough to run a 12V LED light for 40 to 70 hours. Removing a car battery requires one tool, a 10 mm wrench. Negative terminal first, positive second. A standard Group 35 battery weighs 30 to 40 pounds, manageable for short carries. A vehicle that ran out of fuel, not out of charge, likely has a battery at or near full charge. That's a 40 to 70 amp-hour portable power bank. Free. In every abandoned car on that highway. A salvaged car battery paired with a 12V to USB adapter becomes a device charging station. Paired with LED strip lights, it's a lighting system. Paired with a DC inverter, it's an AC power supply. Cole said, "The battery is the one I always take if I have a way to carry it. Fuel burns. A battery stays. It can be recharged from solar, from another vehicle, from a generator. Its capability multiplied." Item 3. The first aid kit and emergency supplies from the glove box and trunk. 48% of drivers keep a first aid kit in their car at all times. When the car is abandoned, the kit stays. Standard vehicle first aid kits contain adhesive bandages, non-stick gauze, medical tape, antiseptic wipes, nitrile gloves, a CPR face shield, and basic OTC medications. Left behind entirely. Beyond the kit, the glove box commonly contains hand sanitizer, pain relievers, antacids. The trunk, emergency roadside kits, blankets, gloves, chemical hand warmers in winter. Cole said, "The glove box tells me about their daily routine, what they actually kept with them. Between the glove box and trunk, I've found enough medical supplies to upgrade my kit meaningfully on multiple occasions." Item 2. Seatbelts and nylon webbing. A standard automotive seatbelt is woven nylon with tensile strength rated between 3,000 and 6,000 pounds. 60 inches long. With buckle already assembled. A four-door sedan has 4 seatbelts, potentially 5. That's 20 to 25 feet of 3,000 to 6,000 pound nylon webbing. Removable with a seatbelt cutter in under 60 seconds. Free. In every vehicle. Applications: lashing for shelter construction, improvised harness for load carrying, tow line for vehicle recovery, and tourniquet material as a last resort. Approved in military field medicine guidance. Paracord tensile strength, 550 pounds. Seatbelt webbing, 3,000 to 6,000 pounds, 6 to 11 times stronger. For heavy lashing, securing a shelter under wind load, seatbelt webbing categorically outperforms paracord. Cole said, "In a field training exercise in 2019, my team built a functional A-frame shelter using seatbelt webbing as the primary lashing. It held through a 40 miles per hour wind event overnight. Paracord would not have done that." One item left. The one Cole grabs first. Before the battery. Before the fuel. Before everything. It costs nothing to take. It weighs almost nothing. He called it the most valuable item in any abandoned vehicle. He said, "The first thing I take from any abandoned vehicle isn't the gas and it isn't the battery. It's the owner's manual and the glove box documents. And if there's a paper map, I take that first." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because information is the force multiplier for everything else. The owner's manual tells you battery specifications, group size, and cold cranking amps, so you know if it's compatible with your vehicle for a jump or a direct swap. The fuel system information, tank capacity, fuel type, and the location of the fuel drain plug, exactly how much fuel is available and the cleanest way to access it. The fuse box diagram tells you which circuits control which fuses, how to safely access power from the electrical system without shorting anything out. The tire specifications tell you whether the spare in this vehicle is compatible with your vehicle's rim for a direct swap if you have a flat. The emergency equipment locations tell you where the jack is. And the paper road map, if one exists in the glove box, is a navigation asset that doesn't require cell service, GPS signal, or battery power. In a grid-down scenario, it's worth more than almost any piece of gear. Cole's point: most people approach abandoned vehicle salvage as a physical resource extraction exercise. The trained operator approaches it as an information extraction exercise first. The owner's manual weighs 8 ounces. It costs nothing to take. And it is the key that unlocks the full value of the vehicle as a resource. Cole said, "An abandoned vehicle is a system. The owner's manual is the operating manual for that system. The manual tells you all of it in 10 minutes. It saves time. That's why I take it first. Time is the resource you can't replace." That's what 8 years in the 75th Ranger Regiment gives you, not just the skill to act, but the discipline to think before you act. As we were wrapping up, Cole said, "I didn't mention the seats. A car seat is open-cell polyurethane foam, functional fire-starting tinder when dry and shredded, functional insulation when packed into clothing layers. The upholstery fabric, especially heavy-duty cloth seat covers, is usable for improvised shelter panels, ground covers, and in an extreme scenario, bandaging material." Cole said, Day 5. Day 7, you start looking at the world differently. A car seat becomes insulation. It becomes tinder. The resource is there. You just have to be willing to see it. Full list. Number 7, fuel. Siphon correctly or not at all. Clear tube, hand pump, check the color before it goes in your container. Number 6, floor mats, ground insulation, traction recovery, rain cover, signal panel. Number 5, jumper cables, power transfer, vehicle recovery, 12V capability bridge. Number 4, car battery, 40 to 70 amp-hour portable power, removable in 90 seconds with a 10mm socket. Number 3, first aid kit and trunk emergency supplies, glove box first, trunk second. Number 2, seat belts, 25 feet of 3,000 to 6,000 pound nylon webbing, free in every vehicle. Number 1, owner's manual and paper road map, the information that makes everything else more valuable. Bonus, seat foam and upholstery, insulation, tinder, sleeping pad material. All of it free. All of it already there. Cole's final thought. The goal isn't to teach people to strip abandoned cars. The goal is to teach people to see resources where other people see junk. That skill, seeing what's actually there instead of what you expect to see, is the most transferable survival skill that exists. Train your eyes. The resources are already there. In my next video, Cole walks through 3 modifications he made to his own truck, all under $60 combined, that make it a significantly more capable survival vehicle with no visible external changes. Stay resourceful.